Hey guys, happy Wednesday, and it is time for our live video. Today I have a really awesome elastic sewing hack to share with you guys. Literally, this hack has changed my life, and I don't know why I haven't known this the whole time that I have been sewing. But first, I want to share with you guys something really exciting, really quick. So, we have restocked a really popular item in our store. If you are interested in finding this or anything else that we have available for single purchase without a membership or subscription, you can go to sewwhatbox.com/store. This particular item is a set of unicorn-shaped sewing pins. Now, this comes with 30 pins, and they all have little heads shaped like unicorns. These are super popular. You can grab them by heading to sewwhatbox.com/store, scrolling to the bottom and clicking on shopping tools and notions, and then they'll show up there. We have a handful of these left, so make sure you get yours before they sell out again. Okay, so let's get to our elastic sewing hack. Now, what this hack is going to help with is bulk. So let me switch cameras really quick and then I'll explain to you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here you can look at our elastic. Now, normally, let me get my arm out of the way. Normally, if you were going to make a loop for a waistband or the end of an arm or anything like that, in order to connect this, right, you would just put the two pieces over the top of each other and zigzag stitch in place. That will hold it together. But what happens, especially with stiffer and stronger elastic, is that you get a lot of extra bulk right there that sometimes doesn't show up very well on whatever thing you're making. It might show up as a weird extra bulk. So, in order to not deal with that, we have just like an extra random scrap of fabric here. What we're going to do is place these elastic edges just right next to each other. See how you can see they're just butting up? And then we'll fold this piece of fabric over so that it kind of encases this. And then we're going to zigzag stitch along the fabric. So I'm going to actually pin this. Let me find some pins. And also I think I can probably aim this down a little bit. There you go. Now you can watch me pin this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one end here and I'm just going to kind of pin this in place. And then I'm going to loop this edge over and butt this end up to that end. So I'm not overlapping, but I am getting really close to the other piece so that there's no gap. Then we're just going to fold this right over and then head to the sewing machine. Whenever you're sewing with elastic, like sewing through elastic, make sure that you're using a zigzag stitch, because if you're not, the straight stitch won't stretch, where a zigzag stitch will stretch with the elastic. So I'm just going to sew all the way around this like a big square. Okay, so once this is done, look, it holds it together. There's no bulk, it's all the same thickness. And if you really want, you can trim off this extra fabric. Just make sure not to cut your elastic. And then this works really well for going into any facings or anything that you have made without adding bulk. Now, you can obviously get a little bit nicer with this. You could fold over all the corners so that there's no raw edges showing. I usually just do it this quick and dirty because this is going to usually go inside of a facing anyways, which will kind of encase that and finish it without leaving any raw edges open for people to view. Um, but that is your own choice. But how cool is that? Talk about an easy way to sew through elastic. Okay, guys, so that was my quick tip of the day. I hope that you'll find this helpful. And go ahead and comment below if you've known about this hack before or if you're just now learning about it. I'm super curious to hear from you. This is honestly my favorite tip for sewing elastic into a loop because also not only does it get rid of the random bulky section, but I think that it holds better. I think it's a stronger stitch, and I also think that it's easier to sew rather than just trying to get your sewing machine to go through two pieces of elastic. Now, you don't want to do too big of a patch. I will let you know that because since we're using a typically non-stretch fabric here to hold this together, if your patch is too big, there will be a big section of your elastic that won't stretch. So make sure that you're not going much bigger than 2 or 3 inches in total size for this patch. And obviously, if you're doing like a wristband or something at the end of your sleeve that is a smaller circle, you're going to want to go as small as you can with the patch because you don't want to have too much of that percentage-wise not stretching. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to let you go for today, and I will see you next Wednesday with another helpful hack. So thanks for watching.